Hey, Tony guys here popping in. Another little chat. Now, I went live on Instagram and I was talking about this because one of you sent me a video of these guys talking about what is a woman worth and like what does a woman bring to the table basically. And it was really sad to hear that we've come to the place to where we're against each other and we're really trying to quantify a whole human being's worth in dollars and cents. And the guys were saying like, oh, well, I get meal prep and that's $160 a week. And it's like, bro, you getting frozen food that you heating up and you reducing that to the worth of a woman. I mean, you're reducing the worth of a woman to, oh, she'll be making your meals and that's what she worth. Oh, and I have a woman that cleaned my house. She charged me $100 a week. And it's like, yeah, she probably gonna be stealing your shoes too, off that $100 a week. But it's like, okay, so now we basically saying a woman is worth cooking and cleaning up the house. And we're not thinking about everything a woman is that cannot be quantified. So I know as a husband of 15 years, if I had to pay my wife for all the therapy she done for me, all the life coaching she done for me, that'll be 7 figures. That'll be 7 figures. Like, and it shouldn't even be about money because we cannot quantify love. We can't put a price on love. We can't put a price on emotional and physical and spiritual support. We can't put a price on a woman giving birth to our children, raising our children. I'm on the road last weekend. I'm on the road this weekend. I'm on the road the weekend before that. When I'm gone, my wife handling everything on her own. And she didn't sign up to handle everything on her own when I'm gone. But duty calls of me, so I'm gone. And she at 2 different practices, 2 different games, 3 games in a day, school drop off, school pickup. So driving 40 minutes to drop off, 40 minutes back home. Laundry all at the house, cleaning the whole house, straightening up the whole house, taking care of business for us, running our business, finding different things that we need, different property or what have you. She handling all that, helping me like a business manager. Anything I need, she doing that. Any errands I need ran, she doing that. Then got to cut from that, go pick up the kids, another 40 minutes driving, bring back home, another 40 minutes, 80 minutes, 160 minutes a day she spent in traffic. 160 minutes. So when I'm out of town, she then got to take them to practice. So it's another 30 to 40 minute drive to their practice. So then 160 minutes, 200 minutes now to the practice. Got to drop this one, drop him at this field, take the other one up the street, 5-10 minutes to another field, come back to the little one wait on him while he practicing, pick him up when he done, then go get the big one at his practice when he done, then come back home another 40 minutes, 240 minutes that she has spent in traffic. And then have to get them shower, make sure they shower, brush their teeth, lotion their whole body. My son's got hair, so it take about 30 minutes to comb out their hair. When they wash their hair, she put all this different, she put this different, moisturizer or conditioner or whatever in there, and she comb it out like strand by strand because they got the little froze, the little hair. And 2 heads of hair, that take another hour because she literally combing through the whole thing. And also got to feed them that night. My oldest got homework. Last night he was doing homework till midnight. So if he doing geometry or if he doing human geo or whatever his AP class, the rest of his class is honors, My wife helped him with that. When my son got to first grade, third grade, I was tapped out on the homework because my mind don't work like that. I'm a go-getter. And yes, I earned 7 figures without a college degree, but my kids got to get grades. They can't go to school and say, oh, I got an entrepreneurial mind. No, you got to get grades to get past. My wife helped them with that. So what kind of price can I put on all that she does? My driver, I pay my driver $35 an hour when I need to be driven, in my Sprinter. If I got a group and we going to a game or we going somewhere or we going out of state, I pay my driver $35 an hour. So look at all the driving my wife doing throughout the day. And then what kind of driver gonna come drive at 7 o'clock in the morning, drop off, and then come back at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, drop off, and then come back at 5 o'clock in the afternoon? So if I hired a driver, I'm literally paying him from 7 a.m. to we get home from practice like 9 p.m. So that's 14 hours in a day that this driver will have to be right there on call. And see, it's stuff like this that these young boys who don't have a family, who ain't got no wife, ain't got no kids, that's $490 a day. My son's, this last weekend, my son played Saturday, my son played Sunday. So I was out of town Saturday. The weekend before that, I was out of town Saturday and Sunday. So if I'm gone, even if I did this 500 times 5, that's $2,450 a week. Now you tell me which one of them boys on the podcast can afford $2,450 a week when they have 2 kids with their wife. And then you times 4, $9,800. When they out there getting to the bag and they so happy that they got to provide, that they so happy they got to provide, they so happy they got to pay I paid the mortgage, I'm paying this mortgage. And the woman was like, I could do that. And he was like, but you not. Yeah, but what she doing is way worse. Like what she doing is way worse. Like when you look at a woman's life and the monotony, like as men, we get the joy of getting to go hunt. Think about it now. Now we going to get money, but think about hunting. Think about men who hunt. You know how much joy that bring them? Think about men who fish. You know how much joy that bring them? You know how fun it is for me to be sitting here doing this YouTube and I'm making money from YouTube, but to be sitting here and to be checking people, to be sitting here I'm just talking. I ain't sweating. And know what these boys doing on these podcasts? Just sitting there running their mouth. And they spewing foolishness, but getting a check for it. That's fun. That ain't no hard work. You out there running your mouth. Like you're not, we not in the sun. We not in the hot sun, slanging, stacking bricks, building a house. It's like, not anything, them men out there in the hot sun might be in their feelings a little bit. But even that, you out there at work with camaraderie. You talking about booty, big booties. You at the women walking by. You out there sneaking your little bill at the job. Got your little the little iron thing. You pulling out hitting your little Hennessy or a little vodka. You out there playing. You shooting dice with the boys. Y'all playing spades on lunch break. Y'all gambling. Like, yeah, you out there working, but you having a great time. And then these podcasters like get to fly around the country. Like I'm producing my podcast, The Study. The link is in the description. Make sure you subscribe to it. I can't release it till we get to 1,000 subscribers. And then I'm going to release a video. And then when I get to my 4,000 watch hours, that way, then I'm going to release the podcast. That way it pay for itself. Because it'll be monetized on YouTube. So make sure you get the link in the description. So that's fun though. I was in New Orleans and I'm sitting courtside at the Pelicans versus the Suns game. I'm sitting courtside. The players, I know the players because I spoke to their rookie class when they come into the league. I was one of the speakers for some of their class. So they speaking to me, that's cool. That was fun. I got a text from a #1 draft pick. Say, hey, you at the Pelicans game? I said, yeah. He's like, man, I was just seeing you on TV. Man, that's cool. What my wife home doing? Tutoring my son, doing homework. That's what ticked me off about what these men doing is like, listen, these women already got a thankless job. These women already doing stuff that is underpraised. And there's no pay for it. Cause your little raggedy meat game, little minute man, we get in there, okay. And it's like, okay, let's say you take your little pill and you go 30 minutes. It ain't enjoyable because you don't know what you're doing. You don't even know what you're doing. Do you know 70% of women do not have a orgasm during inner orgasm? 70% of women. You seen DJ Envy wife just came out, and what she said. That's what she was in the winning Oscars. And I met DJ Envy because I went on the Breakfast Club. So and we don't know nothing about all that rumors and all this about how tall you is and how big your hand is and all that. But he not 4'11". He looked like he's 6'2". He looked like he done had some women in his time. Looked like he done had some experience. Got a talk game on him. He's a radio host. Got a talk game on him. Could dress. Got swagger. And yet his woman had to fake it. So if his meat game sliking, I know y'all podcast the meat game probably sliking. So your woman in there getting an Oscar. She getting an Oscar. So you ain't laying it right. You just over broke. Cause guess what? I still can't do everything I want to do making 7 figures. And I know these young boys on this podcast don't make what I make. And I still can't do everything I want to do. Guess what? I got kids. So you know what? My son's birthday tomorrow. You know what happened? My wife went to the mall. She got on some shoes. I looked at the car bill. She paid $1,800 for a few pair of shoes. And then I looked at the Nordstrom bill. She spent another $600. That's $2,400. You know what I just got off the phone doing? Booking a dugout suite at the soccer game because my son plays soccer and he want to go pro. And so for the end of the year party for his team, I just booked the dugout suite where it's on the field and it get 50 tickets. You got food and drinks included. That costs $3,500. So I just ran off $2,400 and then another $3,500. That's what you got to be able to do when you really want to live to its fullest. And I know y'all boys on that podcast ain't doing that. I know good and well you not talking like you talking on no podcast and you ain't got that kind of expendable for your family. But see, that's the level as men, we want to get our family to a level of excellence, not just over broke, not J-O-B, just over broke, not just, oh, you got to wear these Bobo shoes, oh, you got to do this. If you a man and you want to quantify the value of a woman, can you give your family a sweatless life? Can you provide a lifestyle to where you meeting needs and wants, to where you can expose them to the world? Can you do that? Because guess what? I guarantee you what a woman is doing is immeasurable. You ask your child, would you rather have the love and support of your mama and the care or your daddy money? And I guarantee you they're going to choose the love and emotional support of a mother. And that lets you know these kids will rather be in a shack, in a homeless shelter with the love and support of their mother than in a mansion off their daddy money with no love. If you remove the woman from a child's life, that child have a hole in their heart. If you remove the father from a child's life, that child have a hole in the heart. But the issue is here, no women are trying to quantify a man's worth by the dollar bill. The way men are now trying to put a price on a woman as if she could be bought, as if her worth can be quantified by numbers and dollars and cents. That is ridiculous. That is absurd, asinine, diabolical. That is the most ignorant thing I've ever heard in my life. And y'all boys need to be slapped from the east to the west for perpetuating the cycle and for putting this mess out into the world. Shut your mouth. Get off your podcast. Go sit down and twiddle your thumb. Go get your bread up. Go touch 7 figures instead of sitting on a podcast running your mouth about the worth of a woman in dollars when your mama raised you. When your mama took care of you, when your mama was there for you, wiping your tear, wiping your snotty nose, wiping your crusty behind, when you couldn't wipe yourself, boy, you didn't want to brush your teeth, didn't want to take no bath, didn't know how to wipe properly. Your mama was there for you. And now here we is as grown men trying to quantify a woman in dollars and cents. This ridiculous. And then all y'all boys, and this the thing what make me mad. Ain't none of you ever even had no women. And that's why you mad. And then you get on here running your mouth. But see, if you done had women, you done mistreated women, then you understand the value of a woman. Then you realize how ignorant we are by trying to quantify this woman's worth in dollars and cents. Then you realize how precious a woman is. Then you realize the value of a woman when you done took it for granted. See, y'all boys done been hurt. You done been cheated on because you tried to get the star cheerleader and she didn't want your butt. She wanted the star quarterback. So now you mad at all women because you had a woman and she ain't do right by you. Now you hate all women. Now, this man said, oh, a woman, basically all of that right there that a woman do, that costs $600. So she's saving me $600. This is the dumbest thing in the world. This is the dumbest thing in the world. Y'all boys shot out. Y'all boys got to be snorting powder. This is ridiculous. What in the world? Like, do you think I want to be spending my time doing this right here? Having to check grown boys, having to check childish men about this right here to try to save a narrative so that men and women who got some sense can show this to their daughter and let their daughter know you worth more than money, that you priceless, that your value is immeasurable, that God did not create anything that a price could be put on it. Because if a price could be put on it, if a woman was so replaceable, then we would have created our own women. Meaning we would have made a robot that looked like, smelled like, walked like, talked like, act like, and could do with the heart and the emotion and the energy that what a woman could do. I guarantee you, if a woman was so replaceable, Mark Zuckerberg would be done created one. Elon Musk could be able to create it one. Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, or beating Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos got a divorce. Do you think if a woman was so replaceable and so quantifiable, do you think he got the money to build him a wife? He can't build a woman. He can't go make him no woman in no lab. You cannot replace a woman. And we got to stop feeling sorry for ourselves. Oh, I got to pay the bill. Man, shut up. Because I know 500 women make more money than you, boy. I just sat down with a woman who raising tens of millions of dollars for her tech company, her software company. And then right before I sat down with her, I got off the phone with another woman who is giving away millions of dollars from her head fund to women. These women will run circles around you and they ain't getting no media. They ain't getting no pub. And these is everyday women. These is women who was clients of mine, who hired me for business coaching or relationship coaching. And these women ain't getting no pub. And these women will run circle. These women can buy the podcast these foolish men sitting on running their mouth. These women could bite a podcast and then dissipate it. That's how much money they got. But these men talk, oh, I got to pay the mortgage. Boy, a mortgage is $800 in a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. Yeah, okay, you want to get you a bigger house, you paying $2,500, $3,000 at the most for what y'all boys can afford. Y'all boy can't even afford no mortgage. You can't even get no house. You got to show last 2-year tax return. So you trying to put a value on a woman and you can't even afford no house. You can't even afford no house. And if you do afford a house, you in an industry that's finna go bankrupt in 2 years. You out here doing something that making quick money that you finna be broke in a couple years. Unless you just gonna keep running your mouth spewing foolishness. It's like, come on now. And this is the thing. This black men. This is black men. That's why you got these women on here with these channels about divesting. Because we got foolish black men on here running their mouth trying to put value on a woman. When you ever seen an Asian man, when you ever seen a white man sit up there and try to equate the value of their women into dollars? Oh, well, I believe my woman is about worth $500 a week. And come on, let me do these numbers. You ain't never seen a white man sit down and do it. But we got ignorant, slave-minded men. We done been out of slavery for X amount of years, and we still got dummies sitting on the internet, sitting there sounding like Sambo, Jambo, idiotic men, sitting there running their mouth, talking about, oh, so yeah, my woman, so yeah, I got this undocumented worker who done come over here working for $100 a week. Listen, if somebody cleaning your place for $100 a week, this how big your place is. Boy, your place this big. You ain't realize that you talking to somebody who live in a 6-bedroom house. So when you tell me you paying somebody $100 a week to clean your living space, this what you live in, just like that. I can walk in and walk out. I step in your front door. The next step, I'm stepping out your back door. You ain't realize you told me that. And then the other boy say he eating frozen dinners. He getting me. I got a meal service, and it's $160 a week. And you bragging about that? You microwaving food, and you bragging about that? Y'all boys, this here boy. You see this right here, tech company on the create, this software company? Y'all about to make me go full time. And right, just doing software. Cause I'm tired of arguing with idiots. It's ridiculous. And it's like, listen, man, I done broke my wife's heart. I done hurt women before. I done broke hearts. So I understand now the value of a woman. And I understand that her value is immeasurable. And I'm going to be honest with you as a man. Never in my life, in my entire life, would I want to trade places with a woman. I seen the white lady. It's an older white lady. She wear glasses, and it's a video. It's viral on the internet. She's sitting there. And she talking to a room of white people. She say, "How many of you in here would be ready and willing to trade places with a black person in America?" She say, if you know and understand, and if you feel like a black person's life is not hard and that they're not discriminated against or whatever, she say, how many of you will trade places with a black person? Not a single white person in that room raised their hand because they know how black people in America treated. Guess what? How many men will trade places with a woman? Now, man, except for Bruce Jenner. But other than that kind of man right there who want to become a woman, and they still ain't becoming no woman because they not getting no vagina, and they can't have no kids. They don't have to bleed 7 days a month. They ain't got to have all the lining in their breast lost from breastfeeding. They ain't got to go through menopause. The only menopause they going through is putting men on pause. And that's the only menopause they going through. So ain't got to go through nothing a woman got to go through, but get to go swim in the Olympics. I'm about to be Joanna Man. I'm getting ready to go to the WNBA. I'm finna be at the NBA. I'm finna be out there giving Candy Parker the business. Getting that good shoulder on her. Then I'm be fixing my wig. Yeah, they said I could come over here and be a woman and get in the lead. Give me 6 figures. That's all these men who want to be a woman doing. Other than that, it's not a man in the world that want to trade place with no woman. If it ain't to go win a championship in the WNBA or go win a gold medal in the Olympics, it's not a man in the world that want to be in the place of a woman. Because you know good and well as a man, it is way more fun and way more stimulating to go out here and get to a bag. It's way more stimulating to get to a bag than to be chasing kids around the house, changing diapers, put the child in your bike seat, the baby have a blowout. Now you got stinking boo-boo recycling in your air condition. You let down the windows. They calling DCF on you because it's either too hot or it's too cold. Then the wind hit the baby in the face. Now the baby got colic. So now the baby coughing uncontrollably. The baby screaming at the top of the lungs. Just have a blowout. Then you on the side of the road. Next thing after the baby have a blowout, your back tire blowout, and your man on the road working. And the woman sitting on the side of the road with a flat tire. The baby that had a blowout. The baby screaming, yelling, and crying. And the woman got to take her saggy breast that done lost all other elasticity in it from breastfeeding and pop that in the baby mouth, sitting in the back seat of the car. And then a man got the nerve to sit on a podcast and try to quantify the value of a woman. I ain't gonna speak violence on y'all boys, but I'm gonna tell you right now like this right here. Y'all boy keep doing what y'all doing. And if y'all find that podcast, you know the podcast I'm talking about, find the host on there, DM them this video. And because I know how they built, I know they're gonna watch every single minute of it. And I know you're gonna get here. And I'm gonna tell you like this right here, boy. You keep talking like you talking, God gonna take you through hell. You're gonna go through hell on earth. A woman is God's creation. A woman is your mama, boy. A woman is your grandma. That's what you come from. You come out of a woman. Your daddy obviously wasn't there for you. And if he was, he wasn't even a man. Because if you as a grown man gonna sit on a podcast and try to put a monetary value on a whole human being, boy, you crazy. Boy, you is shot out. Boy, you need to fall on your face and repent to God. You need to delete every video you done ever made. And you need to shut up. You need to go to the doctor and get stitches put in your lips so that you can't say nothing till you get some sense. And y'all want to sit down. Y'all want to sit down and talk about the value of one. Bring me on your little show. Bring me on your little show and let's sit down here and talk about this. And then let's equate your value, what you worth, how much you make. And because if a monetary value could be placed on a human, then that means you only worth the money that you make. And that's the problem with men today is we equate our self-worth to our net worth. And that's why we so trashy, because we're not worth enough to feel good about ourselves. And then the men who worth something still can't please a woman. Jeff Bezos went through a divorce. Bill Gates went through a divorce. These is billionaires and still can't please a woman. Can't even buy no dang-a-lang big enough or strong enough or take a class and learn how to work their hips good enough to please that woman. They woman left them and they got billions. So what you think your little $50,000 a year finna do for a woman? What you think your $100,000 a year finna do for a woman if you can't be no real man? If you can't learn how to talk to a woman, how to appreciate a woman, how to cherish a woman. Listen, I done made every mistake a man have made, and I'm still today trying to get it right. I'm still trying to get it right. Boy, that is the eighth wonder of the world. Is how we can become man enough to learn how to love, respect, and appreciate a woman. And that's what's going to unlock your life. That's what's going to unlock your next level. That's what's going to unlock your blessings. And that's where you got to get your mind to. Listen. Y'all boys need to sit down. Y'all boys need a mentor. Y'all boys need to meet real men. Y'all boys need to come sit around here with a real man. And I'm gonna try to tell you, everything I got as a 38-year-old man, it come from me learning how to love, me learning how to be vulnerable in love, me learning how to surrender to God and love my wife the way Christ loved the church. Everything I come from the intangibles that I developed becoming that man. But being the man that y'all are, you going to stay broke, busted, and disgusted. I know what your bank account look like because I could hear your mindset, and your mindset let me know you broke and that you're going to stay broke unless you scamming. And then you going to jail. Hey, this is Tony Gasson. God bless you. We'll talk soon.